YouTube. In this video, I'm going to talk about how Frankie MacDonald has outperformed pretty much every single crypto influencer in regards to Bitcoin projections. And that's not an exaggeration. And I'll show you examples and how even if he made his projections based on intuition or technical analysis, that those projections coincide perfectly with technical analysis and are amazingly timed. If you're not familiar with Frankie MacDonald became famous for an accurate earthquake warning prediction many years ago, and that video went viral. He was featured on Tosh.0, and he is well known for both his weather forecasts and his good humor, as well as his earthquake warnings, and now also as well as in the crypto space. And he and I have become good friends, and I want to show exactly how on point, because it's really amazing, his Bitcoin calls have been, and how they actually line up perfectly with the trend lines and resistance lines, and perfectly timed. So anyway, let's look at this. I'll pull up a chart on the screen. This chart shows when Frankie did his very first mention of Bitcoin ever. It was just above $11,000, and immediately after is when Bitcoin went on its run to eventually hit $60,000. So as you can see there, when he made his video was exactly when Bitcoin was breaking the multi-year resistance trend line. As you can see, that multi-year resistance trend line was broken pretty much on the day that he made that video. So for Frankie, the weather models are much more complex. The stuff with the seismology for earthquakes and the tectonic plates and all that jazz is way more complex. So when it comes to Bitcoin forecasts, that's child's play for Frankie. And it did not end with the first Bitcoin mentioned. He did a price alert on the absolute bottom, the exact absolute low of the Bitcoin bull run. As you can see here, within a few $100s, was with his timing. 24 hours and a few $100s is how accurate his price alert was during the dip of the bull run. And then shortly after, he went on and made another video say the Bitcoin price is gonna go up again, and sure enough, it went up again, and Bitcoin went on to reach its all-time high. And if you look at that chart again, when after he did the price alert at the absolute low, and then he made that second video in July 2021. His first video of Bitcoin was in 2020. It was on the dot of exactly when Bitcoin broke the resistance, the previous resistance point on the bull run, which you can see I marked on the chart there. So for Bitcoin, you can just, like, honestly, there's Frankie only mentions Bitcoin once in a while, and when he does, you better pay attention and break out the technical analysis chart and be like, because sometimes Frankie calls it, and if you traded based on those two alone, you could have quadrupled the value of your portfolio. And yeah, so Frankie MacDonald, known for his good humor, his charismatic weather forecasts, but really a serious contender in the cryptocurrency influencer space, and by far more accurate than any cryptocurrency influencer that I've seen on all of Twitter, regardless of their um, what's it called, and featured in major publications. If you don't know much about Frankie, not only was he on Tosh.0, he's been on over 100 podcasts and radio features, featured on TV multiple times for interviews, and his weather forecasts and earthquake predictions on Weather Network and blah blah blah. RT, I believe, has had him on before. All sorts of different, and then tons of times in the Canadian newspapers and whatnot. So Frankie MacDonald, global legend, and happy to be his friend. But I want people to know that his Bitcoin videos not only entertaining to watch, as Frankie has quite the voice shouting Bitcoin, really gets the hype up, but also they are timed amazingly. So follow Frankie on his social media accounts. His account is Dogs and Wolves on YouTube, and then yeah, and then pay attention when he mentions cryptocurrency. Then you probably should pay attention. Honestly, there's people this year using Frankie as the star on the Christmas tree because Frankie MacDonald is the star. So they put a Frankie MacDonald on the top of their Christmas tree instead of a what's it called? And I recommend buying his merch. I got a whole bunch of his bobbleheads, his Be Prepared book, and his action figures. That's just some of them. Anyway, uh, you can catch me with him on Canadian radio every week. That's on a different thing, but on a variety of podcasts and radio things with him. But so I just wanted to demonstrate, though, Frankie is not just a weather forecaster, not just an epic predictor of earthquakes. Like, seriously, he had two earlier this year that were within a week of correct earthquake predictions. And his very first video ever that went viral was a correct earthquake prediction, which is not something you see. He analyzes data in most ways. I mean, in ways that most people do not. So it's very, very cool. So I just want to tell everybody about that one in this video. And remember, comments on my videos will be rewarded with free crypto in upcoming contests. So make sure you comment, hit the subscribe and notification bell. Yeah, I will be rewarding people for their participation. And for every cryptocurrency outside of Bitcoin, the Serbian man with the plan, the Balkans premier trade analysis, Nikola Delic. You can check out his software at protrade.tools. I'll put a link to that in the video description as well. And you can get there. Frankie might be the man for what's it called, Bitcoin calls. But for daily day trading calls for altcoins, for a variety of altcoins, Nikola Delic has many years of experience in Forex and stocks and commodities, and is killing it in the crypto space on another level. And he He's a traditional technical analysis trader, but he's taken it to the next level with 120 different algorithms that do the technical analysis, take into account all sorts of different factors of what's going on in the markets, and then just generates the entry prices, target prices, and stop losses, and is performing at 65% to 75% accuracy, which is so it's very notable, and you can see his crypto trade panel at protrade.tools, and that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to going to Serbia to meet Nikola eventually. Is a something that I would like to do. Frankie and I are planning on I'm planning on going up there, and we've chatted about this. In 2024, there's going to be a eclipse, a solar eclipse that will be viewable from Nova Scotia. Be there or be square. That's something I want to book like a year in advance, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of other people out there to see the solar eclipse. Anyway, Frankie, good dude. Always a pleasure. And also the prediction accuracy, amazing. Absolutely amazing. And yeah, what else? So yeah, Frankie's Bitcoin. Really, honestly, I think Frankie's Bitcoin call there at the beginning of the bull run in 2020 really helped Bitcoin actually break that multi-year resistance. I personally credit him for that. And then again, he called that the low during the bull run, and then right after that low was hit. There's a lot of crypto traders that follow Frankie. Believe it or not, a lot of crypto traders that follow Frankie. And then right after Bitcoin broke the resistance after that low during the bull run, Bitcoin hit its all-time high, $64,000, higher than its previous high. And then if you want to look at that chart again, another thing you'll notice is when Frankie made that video calling the low, did a price alert at that low. That was immediately after Bitcoin broke below its previous low of the bull run. And then when he made the video saying Bitcoin going up again, that was right after Bitcoin broke that resistance line there. So really good stuff, really good stuff. And anyway, yeah, thank you for watching. I thought that this is something that everyone should know. It should be recorded in cryptocurrency Bitcoin history that Frankie MacDonald himself started the biggest bull run in Bitcoin history to date thus far, and has made the honest, most spot on calls of any influencer I've seen in the Bitcoin. Like you see these ones in this video, I haven't seen the crypto influencers make calls constantly all the time, and his for Bitcoin specifically were the most accurate. And he doesn't make calls every single day like some do, but when he does, you gotta pay attention. So, he's very humble about it, but I'm happy to talk about it. And then me myself, maybe not so humble. I'm happy to tell everybody about how I spurred on the XVG bull run in 2017, which broke records from a few $100,000 market cap to $3 billion market cap. Not the highest market cap gain after Frankie made that video. There was a $1 trillion market cap gain for Bitcoin. But I worked really hard in 2017 to help build the Verge Fame community, which wasn't really a thing when I discovered Verge XVG, and it had 1,000,000% gain that year. from a $200,000 cryptocurrency to a peak of $3 billion cryptocurrency. And another thing is it still has a 9-figure market cap, doing very well, making partnerships. Recently added to Binance Pay to be used as a payment portal for merchants around the world, stuff like that. So I'm very proud of being part of the XVG Verge Currency community, even if there's been all sorts of misleading FUD about it. And I could tell you right now that the only reason that there is any misleading FUD about it, where there's some, I think people just paid for press releases, but I'm guessing they were in the mining community or whatever, because they were, Verge community has strongly pushed the rhetoric of XVG being the next Bitcoin. Is some of the mining community might not like that because Bitcoin mining generally has been more profitable, not necessarily more efficient, not necessarily lower fee, but more profitable. So I think some people don't like how actually disruptive the Verge currency technology, which is probably one of the most secure technologies in the blockchain space for storing and sending currency. Verge currency is 5 different algorithms, really hard to top that technologically, much more technologically advanced than Bitcoin itself. With all due respect to Bitcoin, Bitcoin was first, but of course it's just based on the SHA-256 algorithm. Verge currency has that algorithm built into it, along with 4 other algorithms. Justin, known as Justin Vendetta, Sudarock, built upon that technology, and Bitcoin provided some good source code to start with. So it was, not easy. You have to have advanced programming knowledge to be able to build a new blockchain. But that is what Justin Vendetta did, and was able to build something much more advanced than Bitcoin itself. Though you would never know that because in the cryptocurrency space, people always tout their investments. So getting like objective information like that about what the merits of different blockchains is something that you're not going to hear very often. If somebody's invested in a certain cryptocurrency, they're just going to tell you about that specific cryptocurrency and paint it in the best light no matter what. As much as the success of XVG helps me, I try to be as non-biased and as objective as possible in explainers. So anyway, this video was paying some homage to the great Frankie MacDonald for his break into the cryptocurrency space, and to acknowledge that his calls on Bitcoin were not just fortuitous, but also exactly in line with the technical analysis trade patterns of Bitcoin. With that, my friends, that's it for this video. And I'm going to be making another video talking more about technical analysis and how you can learn more about technical analysis and ways to automate the technical analysis. And thank you for watching, and be sure to check out Frankie MacDonald's new content. He's always making killer content, so check it out. Brighten your day every time, and you'll be alert to what's going on in your area in regards to potential extreme weather. You'll hear it first from Frankie. I guarantee you that if there's something about to go down and Frankie calls it, pay attention. And yeah, Thank you for watching.